Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. What the? 15 laps? Why? Why does this one get more? It's not shorter. Ah, damn it. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, where let me take just a quick second before this episode starts to give a shout out to my good friend Eric, who was kind enough to send me an early Christmas present. And I'm using it right now. Actually, I will be for the remainder of this series because it's just awesome. He sent me a wireless PS2 controller, and it's blue, and that's fucking awesome. So thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Another thing, really quick, by the way, he is an animator, and he's done a couple of animations for content that I've done, and a bunch of other people too, so if you guys would be so awesome as to go and check out his channel, he's releasing a really big thing here within, I believe, like the next week or so, and so I would love for you guys to give him some support, because he's been sinking a lot of man-hours into that, and it'll be well worth it. So, guys, go check out his channel. I'll put a little annotation up here in the video for it. So, with that said, let's get started on this thing that's longer than what I was anticipating. Great. Good. I can't wait for that. I can't wait to spend more time than I need to on a race that I'm not good at. That's fun. So basically, what I'm saying is, we can more or less fully expect that we're going to probably get, like, between 4th and 6th place in this. If I do any better than that, I will be absolutely flabbergasted, amazed, and probably even disgusted to a mild degree. Just because I'm not good at this track. I'm not going to profess that I'm anything above just perfectly average, because that's basically what I am. So we will see what happens here. As long as I can, go through the duration of this without horrendously spinning out, which is something that is virtually par for the course for me on this particular track at least. We'll see what happens. But obviously, he's going to be my main competition here, good old GT1. So we'll see what we can do with him. Oh god. Okay. All right. By the way, let me just say this as a forward to everything from for the rest of this video. Doesn't have anything to do with this at all, but it's just something that I feel like I need to say and get off of my chest. Is I'm just gonna go right ahead and say it. I think one of the worst like tastes that you can have in your mouth, like I think that the worst lingering in your mouth taste out of anything that exists on the planet is either ranch or honey Dijon. I'm throwing it out there. And the reason why I'm saying this is when I was at work today, when I was at work today, I was eating like these almond crisp things. They're supposed to be like chips, but they're quote-unquote better for you. And they were country ranch flavor. And I love ranch flavor. Like, I love Cool Ranch Doritos. I love just anything ranch flavor. However, I ate the entire box of them or whatever, because the portions aren't very large. And so, why wouldn't you indulge by just stuffing your face full of the maximum amount of food? And so I had those, and right after I was done, I had the lingering, ranch in your mouth taste, which is fine, because I like it, but as it went on, it just got worse, and worse, and worse, and worse, and the only other flavor that I can think of off the top of my head that does that sort of thing to your palate, is honey Dijon, like the honey Dijon kettle chips. As delicious and amazing as they are, I absolutely despise the taste that it leaves in your mouth for, the extended period of time after that. It's so gross. Like, it's like the taste of the chips are so good, but it's, oh no, oh thank you. You saved me. You're still giving me a chance to be able to compete here. So whoever you were, mystery vehicle, I applaud you. You're keeping me in this thing. But it's so bad. And like, even chewing gum, like even chewing like, you know, wintergreen flavored gum didn't help. Like, it helped for a few minutes, but you know, here we are. I've spit the gum out, and the taste is just as strong as it was before, and it's just, oh, it's heinous. Same thing goes with the Honey Dijon chips. I used to have my dad order me a case of the small bags, and after school, when I get home from school, I'd you know, make myself a sandwich or some Hot Pockets or whatever the hell it was, and I would just obliterate a couple of bags of those. And you know, I'd even go brush my teeth, and I'd use, you know, Scope mouthwash, and I'd be chewing gum, and no matter what, my parents would get home, and they'd be like, ah, so you've had some of those chips. And I'm like, how can you tell? They're like, well, I can smell it on your breath. It's like, damn it. It just doesn't go away. It's like a curse or something. It's like some sort of weird superstition or something. It's a subliminal note. They want you to taste it forever so that you never forget the taste that ensued that day. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, yeah, we're hanging in there. We're holding it together. No. Get the hell off of me, GT1. We're not doing this right now. We're not doing it. I will not have this with you right now. I'm doing well, and I'm not going to have you screw it up. Even though that's going to be exactly what happens for the foreseeable future here. So that's just what that is. Another thing, and this is a more harrowing experience. I've had a really strange thing lately over at Michaela's house. I haven't really told you guys, but I recently moved over to her house. I figure, you know, she's pregnant, and we're trying to take care of the kids, and you know, with her having a hard pregnancy and me, you know, for that time period I wasn't living with her. It was really hard, you know, having to bounce back and forth between locations all the time. Was a very difficult thing to try to balance, and so eventually we just decided, hey, you know, it's probably better if I move in with you. That way, you know, it makes things just overall easier. So that's why I've not been filming quite as much. I have to, you know, kind of set apart some time to come over here and record, because my office is still here at my parents' house. So it's a little bit of a tough schedule, but we're gonna make it work out for a little while, until, you know, we're able to get our own place, and you know, I can actually, you know, have all of my equipment in one spot. No, no, no! This is the worst! No! Oh no, that might be the moment that breaks us. That might have been the moment that just ruined this race for us, was that right there. God, our tires are just in horrible shape right now, and I can't in all likelihood go out and you know, have a change here. Yeah, I think that's the moment that did us in, right there. I think that we were in perfectly good shape for, you know, for the majority of that until that moment happened. I don't think we're going to be able to catch up. I hope so. I may have to do some bumper car action to get us back into this thing. And if it works, then that's great. If I have to jackknife somebody at an unacceptable speed, then I will do it. No, 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 don't you do it. Come on, boys, I'm coming after you. I am coming for you. Don't take that the wrong way. Here we go. Yep, this is gonna be our moment. I'm gonna have to jackknife someone right the hell now. Anywho, let's get back to the story here. So, what I'm getting at here is, so I've been staying at her house, and we've been, you know, we love watching horror movies and scary stuff on Netflix, and you know, whatever medium we can watch it on. And so we've been wanting to watch like things like Paranormal Survivor and stuff like that. And we've had something weird going on every single time we try to watch something like that. It happened again last night when I was trying to watch, oh, what the hell was it? When I was trying to watch The Lazarus Effect, which, by the way, the movie didn't really get, you know, good ratings or anything. And I, to a point, can understand, but I actually really liked the movie. I like the actors in it. Olivia Wilde's in it. I like her. I like Donald Glover a lot. So I actually, and the idea of the movie is good. I think that the execution of it wasn't necessarily fantastic by any means, but I thought that, you know, for all intents and purposes, the movie was pretty good. For those of you that don't know what the movie's about, it's basically about some people that are conducting an experiment called Project Lazarus. That's more or less the concept of bringing, you know, animals back from the dead by using, you know, some special chemical agents and stuff. And so they're basically playing God, and you know, they're doing it with like government money, and supposedly they're not aware of it, and so they catch wind of it, and a company buys out the company that they were doing their research under, and you know, all their assets get seized, and so, you know, all the research goes straight to them and not to the people that were actually doing the work. And so they decide that, you know, they're going to try to, before everything finalizes, they're going to recreate the experiment so that they can try to, you know, claim all the stuff for themselves, and, you know, get all the money and all that. And in the process of doing this, you have to use like some electroshock, you know, components in order to, you know, complete this experiment. And one of the girls that was operating the, you know, the Frankenstein switch or whatever, flipped it and killed herself by electrocution. And so then they decide that they're going to do the Project Lazarus experiment on her to try to bring her back from, you know, the dead. And they do, and then everything just goes to fucking hell from there, because, you know, you're not supposed to play God, and you're not supposed to bring people back from the dead, because it ends up being, you know, this whole sinister experiment, and, you know, they're possessed by demons and crap. So, but I've always thought the concept of you know, of like return from the dead type of stuff is extremely interesting. I love that concept, because it's a super high controversy thing of, you know, should people be allowed to play God? And no, they shouldn't. You know, if somebody, you know, outside of, you know, common medical practice, like you can have somebody die on the table, and if you know, use the defibrillator and you can bring them back, that's one thing. But if like somebody's straight up dead and they've been dead for, you know, X amount of time, you know, you can't bring them back. And so that's kind of where what this whole thing is all about. And it's just, it's an interesting movie. It's, you know, there are definitely parts where it's overblown. I think the ending of the movie is absolutely garbage. But the rest of it I thought was pretty enjoyable. But back to my point, back to what, you know, the main course of this is all about, is for the last few weeks, any time that we have tried watching, you know, paranormal or scary movie type of stuff in her room, using, you know, on her Roku or whatever, during the middle of the episode or the movie or whatever, all of a sudden the movie or the show stops and it says that the internet connection doesn't work for whatever reason. And it only happens when we're watching, you know, paranormal or scary stuff like that. If we're watching literally anything else, it doesn't happen. You know, whether we're watching, you know, like Ninja Turtles or The Crown or, you know, Dexter or The Punisher or whatever the hell it is, it doesn't matter. Everything works perfectly fine the entire time. But the very moment that we try watching something that's got, you know, maybe like satanic undertones, or if it's paranormal or scary, it'll go for a little while, and then all of a sudden it'll kick us out of the show, and it'll say, "Oh, the internet connection could not be established. Please, you know, reconnect your router or whatever." And that's so weird. And I'll go and I'll reset the router, and I'll have to, you know, go through all the whole of fixing that. And then we'll go back and watch the movie, and it'll be fine after that. Except for the first one. The very first night this happened, we were watching Paranormal Survivor, and it was a guy that apparently thought that he had like a haunted car or something like that. It was a really bizarre story. Oh, he's going in the pits. We have a chance to make up a little bit of ground here. Will we do it? I don't know. Probably not. But it's worth a try. Because he's gonna, I would assume, have to go in at some point. We might have to as well. Our tires aren't going to be able to take this type of punishment for much longer. And so we're watching this one, and it's about this dude in his haunted car or whatever, and then the show kicks us off, and it's, you know, you have to go, and we had to go and, you know, reset the router. But we'd go and reset it, and I'd try to find her router in the you know, list of available connections or whatever, and it wouldn't show up. Or it would show up, and we'd put the password in, and it would say that it's connected to the network, but there was no connection available, which doesn't make any sense. It's like, how can you be connected to the network, but have no connection to the network, essentially? Doesn't really make any sense at all. And so, we just, I had to go back and try to, you know, reconnect probably 10 or 11 times over the span of about an hour, and just everything we tried wouldn't work. And then, we eventually connected it. We decided to tether her phone and use the, you know, the personal hotspot thing to try to, you know, do it that way. And eventually it worked. And we went back into it, and we decided that we wanted to finish up the episode or whatever, even though it was starting to kind of freak her out a little bit. But we decided to, you know, we wanted to finish out the episode, because there's nothing worse than watching something on Netflix, not finishing the episode, never going back to it, and every time you scroll down the thing going by it, you see that red bar that's just not all the way across. For people that have, you know, things where it's got to be symmetrical, you know, I gotta, you know, or just, you gotta be a completionist on things. Went back and watched it, and it ended up kicking us off again off of her phone's network, no less. And so we, you know, had to try to reconnect to that thing again, and it was being stupid, and just the whole thing wasn't making a lick of sense. And eventually, we just decided we were gonna watch something funny. You know, we're like, all right, maybe we're just, you know, inserting too much bad juju into this whole scenario. We need to watch like a comedy. We go and turn on a comedy, works right away. It popped up, it worked, and it was good to go. And we kind of looked over at each other like, the fuck is going on? This is not good. Why would this type of thing be happening? And so, you know, we just decided to roll with that, and we're like, we'll check it out in the morning and see if it works. And then the connection worked worked basically fine after that. We called up Comcast and we're like, hey, our connection's being weird, and they, you know, were able to fix it and all that jizz. But it's just like, what the hell, man? Like, it just, that type of thing always just makes you feel a little uneasy, because it's like, why, of all the things that aren't going to work, why do they have to be from that genre? It's like, what are you trying to tell me? Is he just not gonna, he's not gonna go into the pits, is he? I really think he's not gonna do it. And we're getting to a point where even if he does, I don't think we're gonna be able to, I don't think we'd be able to pass him. I'm gonna try my best, I really am. I'm trying so hard right now to take down a little bit of his lead, but I just can't seem to crack into it too much. However, I will say I'm fairly proud of myself for a track that I'm really not that good at. We've been doing pretty well, believe it or not, as I now start slamming into things, and that all of that, you know, cutting into his 8.6 second lead is now going to be fully restored and probably added on to, because I was slamming into the wall like a dumbass. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The thing we also need to be careful about is those two cars that are behind us, because one of those is the GT1, I'm assuming, and the last thing that we need is to have him, you know, creeping up behind us, just in case this other car does decide to hit the pits up here. I would love for him to not, you know, pass me in all of this. God, come on. Come on, baby. Yep, he's up to 9 now. Partially because I had that one little... No, don't! That right there. Oh god, our tires are all bad. They are all bad, and we still have more laps to complete. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time or the patience to go through the pits. We just have to really clean this thing up and be perfect. I will gladly take second in this. With how hard we've had to fight, I will gladly take second in this. I just don't know if we can fight him off, man. He's right back there. He's right back there. He is coming up with a vengeance right now. He's like, I took the pits, but I'm coming to steal your soul. And second place, but mainly your soul. Because it'll taste good with my Dr. Pepper. My Diet Dr. Pepper. No! No! Damn it! No! Well, there it goes. That's gone. It is gone. We're not going to be able to stop him now. Yep, third place it is. I ruined it. I ruined it. I mean, realistically, he was probably going to catch up to us anyways. I don't think we were going to be able to hold him off for another 3 laps or whatever. So, you know, it was a valiant cause. Third place, well, what are you going to do? Oh boy. Hold him off. Hold him off. Trying so hard to hold him off right now. God, the new chess match that we have now uncorked with this GT1 is going to be nauseating. Okay. Oh boy, this is... oh boy, this is not good. Oh, I'm trying so hard. God, leave me alone, GT1. Just go away. This doesn't concern you. This is a matter of pride for me, and you're gonna steal it right from under my fingertips. Just go die, please. I know that I'm not, you know, I'm not implementing social injustices upon you because you're not a real person inside of that car. So if I tell you to go die, it's fine. You don't have feelings. I don't need to implement a safe space for you. You're not entitled to my second place spot. You bratty millennial, you. Come on. Oh, I thought it was the other guy. It's like he's going in. Oh, he is going in. Oh wait, no, he's not. Never mind. I didn't see the other guy. I was like, oh my god, he actually went in. Oh god. Our ability to do anything is slowly going out the door. Just our ability to make standard turns is getting really, really hard. Like, just doing that is so hard. Oh, no! You stop it. You stop it right now. Thank you. See you later. Oh, God, this should not take this much effort, but it does. It really does. Like, I'm amazed that this other car that's in front of us is able to do what he's doing. You know, he's increasing his lead, and he's doing it with literally tires that are... I mean, they're just like nothing but the fibers beneath at this point. And that's basically what we're using. At least the G that's behind me, he's got a fresh new set, or at least a relatively new set. So, you know, he's got at least some room to stake a claim as to why he's, you know, catching up to me, but... Okay. Okay. We're doing okay. It kind of makes you wonder, had I not spun out in that one moment earlier in the race, would we still be, you know, competing for first place with that guy? Or would he eventually have, you know, kind of spaced himself away from us? Hard to say. Hard to say. It's going to be one of those kind of what-if sort of races to kind of wonder what happened there. Because, you know, the last few laps we've been fairly consistent, minus a couple of small things, but I don't know. I would like to think that we would have been able to kind of stay within arm's reach. It may not have won the damn thing. I think we would have been able to extend our you know, Michael Jordan Space Jam arm at the end, and maybe been able to tug on his coattails just a smidgen. But we're going into the last lap. Can we hold him off just one more time to at least claim the silver? Silver, considering how this race has generally treated me in the past, I will... This result is an absolute godsend of a result, if it holds up. And this segment would be the spot that would tear it asunder from me. Funny thing is, within the last 2 laps, or, you know, lap and a half or so, we've actually cut 4 seconds off of his lead. So we've actually been doing really well here. I wish he would go into the pit at the last moment, and that it would, like, disallow him from crossing the finish line and taking that first place position. That would be so funny. Just literally snatch victory out of the jaws of sheer defeat. Not gonna happen though, but man, that would be really funny if it did. That was our best performance on that turn yet. And it comes at a time where our tires are almost not even attached to the car anymore. They're just totally done for. But hey, look at that! We're gonna come out of this thing in a fully respectable second place. I am happy with that. It's still, you know, there was room for improvement there. I should have probably finished in first, I think. You know, had I done some better things overall, we probably would have won. But you know what? Considering all the things and how you guys have seen me race super poorly on this track before, getting second place with a car that's got, you know, diminished stuff, I'll take it. I will take it. So, well, that's all good. And you know, more importantly, we're still in first place. We're basically guaranteed the win in this tournament, which is also very important. So, you know, what more can I say? It's all freaking good. So, my friends, with that said, we're going to stop right here. When we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 3, the Ultimate Driving Simulator, we have but one more race left in this tournament challenge, and it's going to be Grand Valley Speedway again. Oh, yay. I can't wait. So, with that said, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching. Take care. Have a good one. And watch out for horror movies on Netflix, and maybe your Roku being haunted. I don't know. So have a good one. Bye, guys.